Hello and welcome to the Anime Dumpster Dive Seasonal Anime Podcast, where we discuss an anime that is currently airing. Today we will be discussing episodes 4 and 5 of The Rise of the Shield Hero. Can mine get any bitchier? Let's talk about it. I'm your host and Kirito wannabe sword hero, Jake H., and I am joined by my co-host and boyish bow hero, Anthony.
Hey, what's up? It's me, DJ.
I said Anthony. I didn't even intro the thing wrong.
It's me, DJ. I only like one anime, and that's it.
Is that Yuri on Ice? Every other anime shit's the best?
Yeah. Every other anime sucks. I hate it. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Yeah, no, absolutely.
Sadly, DJ could not be here with us tonight. He had a prior engagement. So Anthony will be Anthony and DJ. Split personality. Dual role.
It's already in my head, Jake.
Do both. It's
But I've prepared two-liners. Not just one-liners. They're two lines delivered by the same guy, but different personalities.
Sounds terrible.
It's okay. I'll scrap the whole thing.
Sounds like a comedy show I'd walk out of.
Yeah, right? I'll scrap the whole thing. Don't worry.
But you know what I'm not going to walk out of, Anthony? Watching this show.
Oh, my gosh.
Flawless.
Oh, my gosh. This show is definitely living up to my expectations. I love it so much. After coming off of such a strong winter season, I feel like I really wanted, something to really satiate that need for good anime, and the show is definitely doing it for me. So,
yeah, it's again, I don't know if it's just because I'm a guy who really enjoys the anti-hero that is Nafumi.
Mm-hmm.
But it's slowly becoming one of my favorite shows.
Yeah.
I got physically mad when episode 5 ended because I have to wait a week. I have to wait a week for this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Why am I doing this to myself? Why can't I just binge watch it? But then
seriously, and I'd say that we talk about kind of what makes a good anime. We've talked about that plenty of different times in different podcasts. Shameless plug. Go watch our podcast. But anyways, when a show invests me so much that I have to go looking for the source material and then debate with myself whether or not I'm going to read it, I'd say it's doing pretty good. The internal struggle was real. So, and I don't read manga. I'm just putting that out there. I don't. But this made me want to go read it.
I actually read quite a bit of manga. If I don't get a definite yes, there's going to be a season 2 after this, I'm jumping right into the manga. I'm jumping the light novels. I need to know how this ends. If they say okay, we're definitely getting a season 2, then I'll hold off. But, I mean, with anime such as, weirdly enough, like Shokugeki, My Hero Academia, and even Chihaya Furu.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I read a very convincing article that tells me that there will not be a season 2, and then there's a season 2, and so I've caught up in the manga, so now I'm just sitting there waiting.
Oh, seriously, stay off the internet. That's the moral of the story.
Just wait. There will be an announcement. Sometimes it will take 4 years, like Chihaya Furu took, but still.
And it's I want to bring this up too, kind of while we're on this kind of topic. Our anime page, they tend to be a little wishy-washy, but for the most part, I don't know if you're following. I'm trying to get you to follow the Karma rating and the Karma rankings that they update every week, just to kind of plug the shows that are on the top spot. I mean, Slime was on the top spot before Love is War came out. And then I think it's Love is War, Slime, and this particular show, Rising of the Shield Hero, has held 3 for the past 4 weeks. So, and if that leads you, to believe that it's one of the good ones, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, and freaking A, man, our animemes is just all Shield Hero memes for 2 days after an episode airs.
Oh yeah, I can't tell you how many freaking little raccoon girl drawings I've seen on that, specifically on our anime. So
Oh yeah, man, they love Raphtalia, but I mean,
good,
like so do I. So
good. Yeah, me too. Me too.
all right, so let's go ahead and let's dive on into these episodes. Episode 4, we had the post wave celebration, and I went through so many emotions this episode.
Amen to that. I didn't know that I could get more angrier than I did on the first episode.
Yeah, it's like okay, so like I'm kind of like okay, I'm like cool. This is like he's showing up for the reward. Clearly, he doesn't want to be there, and then like I'm like all right, I'm cool with like Nafumi just being an edgy guy in the corner, and then Raphtalia shows up, and she's grown again since last time that we've seen her.
Yep.
And like I didn't know how I felt like I don't know, I felt like a dad, I guess. Like I felt because like I'm like, oh, she's all grown up.
It was more like a slow realization for me, kind of like Nafumi's, kind of progression throughout this episode. I it kind of like struck me there at the end. I went, oh shit, she's kind of different. Oh, I get it.
She's a lady now.
She's got the lady bumps.
Whoa. Anthony.
I'm sorry.
Was that DJ slipping out?
Yeah. My bad. Oh yeah, dude, those lady bumps, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and so like, and then oh my god, I fucking hate him so much. I hate
Spear Hero.
Yeah, Mariasu.
Yeah.
He then challenges him because Mine tells him that reveals to him, because it's not a lie. Reveals to him that
Raphtalia.
Yeah, Raphtalia is Nafumi's slave, and so he challenges him to a duel. And right then, I'm like, why?
Yeah.
And then Nafumi even goes, well, what do I get if I win? And he goes, well,
Yeah.
you get to keep doing what you're doing. And he goes, that's ridiculous. And
Yeah,
he starts
I'm
to
not
walk
doing that.
away.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's how come, again, I'm really liking Nafumi, because I feel like other protagonists would be like, fine, like without hearing the terms. But he's like, no, tell me the terms. All right, you're stupid. I'm out of here.
Yeah. He's like, this is something that is legal. I'm gonna fucking do it.
Yep. Which again is a definitely moral gray area. Just because something's legal, do you do it?
Yeah, that's very true.
Again, Nafumi is this morally gray character now. Like he was this like good guy, like good character, and now he's playing with that line of what's okay.
Oh yeah. And they really are trying to play to everybody that's really into that anti-hero type of shtick. But I like it.
Oh, yeah.
I like it. Like, give me a reason to actually, like I hate to like cross-reference a show that I've only watched like 2 episodes of, but Mad Men, when people talk about an anti-hero, it's Don Draper. You're not supposed to like that guy, but I think that they're doing this a little bit in the opposite fashion, where they're breaking Nafumi down episode by episode, and it's just causing me to really, really pull for him in the best way.
Oh yeah, he's like it. Like you just want him to succeed because the world keeps kicking him down.
Exactly, it's ridiculous.
And like speaking of kicking him down, and then we get the
fight.
The king makes him do it.
Oh yeah.
Which pissed me off already.
Oh, seriously?
Because the king's clearly picked a favorite. And then we get the fight, and this is I'm mad, and I go from mad to hype as shit because Nafumi. We see Nafumi's like 30 levels lower.
Yeah.
Than Mariasu, and we know Nafumi can't attack, but yet Nafumi's winning because he's the balloons biting onto him will never get old. Will never get old.
No, it's so funny. I love it.
And I'm sitting there, and I don't know if this is how it went for you, or even if this is how the creator meant for it to go. But in my head, the entire fight, I'm like, Nafumi is so fucking smart.
Yeah,
because he's using like that projection shield like as kind of a thing to uppercut him, and then he throws the 2 balloons and he uses shield prison on him. And my instant thing was, that's going to be hard to use a spear in there because it's so confined.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I imagine that's basically what was happening, was since he's been killing these balloons with his spear, that he can't like punch them to death like Nifumi can. And so he's just in there getting bit over and over again. And I'm like, oh, this is my, like, I am glowing at this point because I'm just so happy that Mariasu is getting his just desserts for once.
Oh, seriously. And I'd say not only with this particular episode, which one was the attack on the town? Was it episode 3? That's the one previous?
Yeah, the episode 3 had the wave.
Yeah, episode 3 had the wave. So not only did episode 4, I would say episode 3 and 4 both showcase that Nifumi is probably a good couple of steps ahead of just about anybody that he's going to fight. And I'd say that just because of the fact that he has to think through every single step, because he can't attack. Like, that's the best part about this fight, is he showcases not only how intelligent he is, but how quick on his feet he is too. You know, not just having wit in his responses, but wit in the way that he acts. You know, I thought that, like, especially with the air slash shield, like that was so baller. Yeah. Like, just cracks him right in the chin. Like, oh my gosh, like it definitely brought back some memories. I was like, so. When one hero kills another one, what happens?
There's so many questions again I have, because I was like, wait a minute, aren't the weapons not supposed to work?
Yeah, that's another thing too. I was going to bring that up. I didn't understand that.
I'm going with the DJ's theory that it's just poorly worded, and that it means that they would sap XP from each other.
Right.
If they were in the same party.
Right. They wouldn't grow to the full potential. So
yeah. So that's what I'm going to stick with that idea. Just so that way fights like that, I can look forward to more fights like this.
Oh, seriously.
Like, that's, like, another thing, too, is Nifumi feeds anything he can find to his shield. Like, he literally just feeds anything he can find to his shield. Yep. And so when the fight starts off, and we repraised this anime for this last time, and I'm going to do it again. It does not fucking hold your hand.
No, thank God.
And so, like, you see him, like, when the fight starts, you see Mariasu turn his spear into something else. So we're like, okay, so they can feed stuff to their weapons as well. And then Nifumi just goes bloop, and he selects the crystal that he found in that cave. And so instantly I go, so that must be like a really fucking tough shield, because that stuff was really fucking tough.
Yeah.
And so that's where, like, Nifumi's fighting him, and Nifumi's doing all these shield changes, and I'm positive the other heroes don't have have weapon changes like that, because Nifumi fucking fed rope to his shield, and he has a different thing.
Yeah, a rope shield. Oh yeah, and it's like, it kind of reminds me of, like, Seven Deadly Sins. Oh gosh, what the heck is that character's name that uses the spear? Anyways, that is like that sort of essence of that particular. Yeah, it's King. King uses Chastiful, and he's able to change Chastiful's configuration, basically, or like change the style of the spear itself. And I thought that was really cool, and the way that they integrated, particularly not only the shield change but the spear change as well. I do agree with that. I don't think that. I think that personally there's going to be more limits to what their weapons can do as opposed to what his shield can do.
Yeah, because, again, like, I'm sure there's going to be, like, an episode where he has, like, some ridiculous shield. And they're going to be like, wait a minute, why? Like, why do you have that shield? And he's like, well, I tripped on a stick, it pissed me off, I fed it to my shield. Now I got stick shield, which lets me grow for some reason or something. And they're like, oh... all right, stick shield sounds pretty cool. Maybe we should feed our weapons random shit.
That's funny. I think that and even so, with that point too, like, even further on into the episode, Nifumi is using a shield with 2 dog heads on it. Like, what?
Well, yeah, it's fucking fed that dog that he killed.
Yeah. Okay.
See, I think that's what mostly the other heroes are doing, is that they're feeding their weapons, like, the stuff that they kill.
Right.
But I think, like, Nifumi's doing the fucking inanimate objects.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? I still can't get over the rope shield. Because he just found a fucking rope and went,
I might need this.
Let's see what this does. And it gives him airstrike shield. Like, there's no rhyme or reason to why he got that power because of rope shield.
Yeah.
But he's going to have all these different powers because he's feeding random shit to his fucking...
Yeah. I know it kind of reminds me like while they don't know magic innately, it's like they're creating this kind of support mage class, in Nifumi, where collectively, all together, like if this was a perfect world and perfect situation, they would all probably be getting along fairly well, and their support mage in the form of a frickin' shield would be just killing it.
Oh,
So now, though, thankfully, we get this particular story, which is absolutely great.
Uh-huh. And, talking about the person who led us down this road of this particular story, Mine decides to, just rear her ugly face
Freaking ugh.
and attack Nafumi from behind, interrupting the duel. Oh my god, I audibly yelled at this part.
Yeah. Yep.
And so she uses wind magic, he hits the wall, and then he yells, "You bitch!" And then he gets fucking lightning speared.
Yep.
And then he hits the ground, and I'm pissed. Because I'm like, he was winning, our boy had it, and this bitch.
Yep.
Oh my god.
I agree. It had to happen, though. It had to happen. Everything was going too right for him.
Yeah. Well, and then it does lead us to a really great scene, because then Raphtalia has her mark removed, and Nafumi goes through this mental... he basically breaks down mentally, and he sees an image that isn't actually happening, and he sees Raphtalia saying something to him and leaving, and so he kind of just breaks, and he goes, "I'm done. This world deserves to burn. I hate this world." And this is something I think we get a hint of in the opening that I look forward to seeing what it actually is. And he unlocks it. It says cursed tree unlocked.
Yeah, something like that.
And so, the Cursed series unlocked.
Yeah.
And so, I think that there's a quote-unquote, cursed, maybe, cursed version of the shield. Mm-hmm. So, I get, maybe, a more offensive shield.
Right.
And I'm looking forward to see what that is, because he's also has these marks in the opening, and he had these marks growing on his face.
Yeah, just more pronounced, too.
So I'm wondering if maybe the Curse series is an offensive shield,
right?
But maybe you're not as there. Maybe it requires you to be more emotional. Yeah. And so I'd be curious to see how that stuff plays into the future episodes, because then again, a show that makes you ask questions is a show I can get behind, because instantly I went, what's a Curse series? Do the other heroes have it? What are their what are their requirements? What happened? Will we see them? And I'm just mile a minute with this show.
Oh yeah, seriously. When it comes down to not only the character concepts, but the weapon concepts, even down just to the art style itself. This show is so intuitive. I love every minute of it. It definitely creates that environment of wanting to continue watching. I had explained recently. I explained to someone that because I'm having this problem with that time I got reincarnated as a slime as well. I explained to somebody that they shouldn't catch up because it is so good that you should binge it all in one sitting.
Just sit there and watch it all.
And this is that type of show. I would just be so invested. I'd go, okay, next episode. Okay, hit the next episode button. I wish that I could hit it fast, fast enough, but
yeah. Oh, okay. And then, so we get to the next part, and Raphtalia slaps, slaps Mariasu in the face, and he breaks down. She goes, Nafumi saved me from a life of torture and cured my disease and gave me a purpose. And he goes, she's
but you were a slave.
He's like, yeah. She's like, yeah, and I was okay with it because I was his particular slave. I was like, he never treated me like a slave. He treated me like a person. And she goes, would you do that? Would you be able to save a diseased, broken person? And he goes, yeah. And she goes, if that were true, you'd have a slave in your party. And it was kind of like one of those ones where you're like, yeah, I guess.
Really dancing along the line of morally right and wrong,
Well, I guess if you see it as a way, he bought her from a slaver to like give her a better life. Yeah. But she still has the title of slave. And so that's where you're kind of like, maybe not as good as I thought.
Right. Which, I mean, all things considered, that wasn't necessarily Nafumi's intentions, first and foremost.
Yeah.
You know, his intentions were to just have someone else in the party so that he could grow stronger.
Yep.
So
needed a person to attack for him.
Yeah. And I particularly, over the course of, not only, I think it's from the scene where she slaps him all the way to, I'll call it kind of their, like, when they reconcile, both Raphtalia and Nafumi, with like all the way up to that, the dialogue is written so well, and I am so invested in this particular scene. I'm like, oh my gosh, like it was done so well.
I mean, Anthony, feel free to disagree with me on here, but Raphtalia, like talking to Nafumi, like getting him out of like that dark place, was, to me personally, 100 times better than Rem's speech from ReZero.
Oh, you know, like to compare it, like, I don't know. That's a tough one. Just because, like, she's the best girl in the world. Yeah. hey, you know, all I'm gonna say is she's got to win. So
she's yeah.
No, she doesn't. Actually, no,
she
doesn't have a win, right? No, she's been knocked out every single time.
No, she won. She won
fourth
best girl.
Oh, well, that being said, I'd say the dialogue between the two, Rem's dialogue was cute. That scene was cute and like got me invested in that way. I wouldn't necessarily say that the dialogue itself was like super strong, but the images that they were showing in tandem and like the description of like that particular, you know, message that was trying to be conveyed was done fairly well. I will definitely agree with you that the dialogue from Raphtalia to Nafumi was done better. I 100% agree with that. That being said, so I don't get flayed alive, Rem Best Girl 2019. No, she's going to do it again.
She can't. She's eliminated from the... She can't. She can't do it again.
There's a rule change. I'm going to submit it.
You're going to submit a dumb rule?
Yeah.
Then I hope you're ready for Kirasu to win again.
Yeah, right? No, seriously. Oh. No, this is Hollow's year, I believe.
Shut up. Don't pander to me. Anyway. Yeah, so this whole reconciliation is so good. Yeah. That I'm sitting there. I won't say I cried because I didn't.
No, but definitely.
I will say I welled up a little. I was like, oh my god, I really enjoyed this scene. I like just a beautifully done scene. The music, the everything was so good. And then we get Nafumi like realizing that she's a lady now. And he's like, grown, she's all grown up. And something I want to point out, that to jump ahead to the next episode, Nafumi still doesn't see her as like that full grown adult, and I'm loving that because it's like he's her dad.
Yeah.
And so you get that, and then we get something that like really made me go, oh, is she makes him a sandwich, and he bites into the sandwich, and he goes, it's good. Like he can taste again.
Yeah.
And I'm like, finally, our boy, he's coming back.
I'm excited. I'm definitely excited, but it's like it's still don't call me the pessimist of the group here, but I think that there's a lower point, and if there is something that this show has definitely demonstrated, they love beating the shit out of Nafumi, and I guarantee he's going lower. Like there's something else that's going to happen.
I don't think she'll die, but I think Raphtalia is going to get injured really badly.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to see like a resurgence of the Curse series.
Yeah.
Because I think he's going to get pissed and he's going to activate that.
Like, I am definitely curious to see where they go or even how he activates it or like how he grows that particular side of the shield. So I don't want to say let's skip to that particular episode. It's just like, I'd like to see, what's going to happen next,
Like, the thing is, I like seeing how smart he is. I think he has to know. Because he fiddles with his shield so much.
Yeah.
So I feel like he has to have seen, like, that I imagine it's like a little, like, status change dot
Right,
where it
right.
says curse series, and he clicked on that.
Mm-hmm,
What
mm-hmm.
is this? So I'm curious to see if he already knows or if it's going to be like a surprise.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
All
That
right.
would be cool.
I think it'd be cool for him to just whip it out, like, and
Right.
know what it is, instead
Right.
of it like overpowering him again. But like to be with the other heroes and they're like struggling, and he goes, "I got this," and he just
Right.
like, curse series, and everyone's like, "What?" He goes, I found this. I have no
Yeah.
idea how I did it."
Yeah. And this is like to DJ's point too. I don't want to call out the opening for revealing way too much, but particularly in the opening regarding the Curse series, like if that's the route that it's taking, they show a very specific scene of like a huge red blast coming out of that freaking shield.
Uh-huh.
So, and like I said, I don't want to say that they've spoiled it in that sense. It's just like my own brain is trying to add up all the numbers here, and it looks like he might be able to do that.
Well, speaking of the opening spoiling stuff, we kind of get a reveal in this in episode 5 of who this girl who's in the opening, who's on the promotional poster for it, who we haven't seen yet. And I did not think I thought I kind of was misseeing something in the opening because I thought that this girl, I thought it went like it showed this chicken and then this girl, not like this chicken turning into this girl, because the girl, I don't know what I thought. Let's go into the episode. So they go to the slave trader again to reapply
the seal.
And it's not Nafumi's idea. It's actually Raphtalia's to make Nafumi more comfortable.
Right.
And we get the slave trader saying, "Oh man, you can trade her in for like 26 silvers now. I mean 26 gold now."
Yeah.
He's like, "You can trade her in for 26 gold, like especially if she's a virgin." She goes, "I am a virgin." Like
35.
He goes, "Even if she's not a virgin." She goes, "I am a virgin." He goes, 35 gold. Like he increases the speed. And we get a little Raftalia going like, "Oh, what do you think, Nafumi?" And he goes, "What? Sorry, I was looking at these eggs."
Oh yeah, typical anime protagonist style, completely oblivious to all of that stuff. So I love it.
And so he goes over and he's told that essentially these eggs are like a gacha game, which are like basically RNG type like card games, collectible games where you buy a pack and then you have a chance of getting a super rare card but also a common card. And he's told that at least he'll get a Philo, what are they called?
Oh gosh, I don't know the whole name. Filorio? Yeah.
Yeah, he's told which are these giant birds that carry these carriages around that we've been seeing. Or he could get a dragon worth 50 gold. And it's like, wow, what a shitty dragon, I guess. I mean, like, Raphtalia is like worth 36. So,
yes, yeah, 35, something like
35.
that.
And so he ends up buying one because the slave trader gives him a deal because he had to pay for the mark. Oh fuck! I forgot. I jumped right ahead to this because it's the opening. Mine and her fucking bitch dad. Decide to try and reel their heads again by refusing to pay Nafumi the money owed. Oh my god, Anthony, we were so
no. Keep going because
okay.
I was gonna talk about this as well.
All right, so money owed, and they were gonna like just say, "Oh, you don't have to do that," and then boom, Bow Hero and Sword Hero go, "No, you removed it before you even before Nafumi got declared a winner. Like that's on you." And also, he's the one who defended the village while your knights did nothing. So you need to give him money. And I'm like, Bow Hero and Sword Hero, broing it up.
Oh yeah. Call back to the end of last episode. Like I talked about this, when literally right after I watched it, and watching their transition, because we already talked about how mine had interfered during that fight. So then, out of nowhere, right at the end, everybody's like, "Oh yeah, well the spear hero definitely won. It's all his fault. Blah 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 blah. Nafumi sucks," and he's over there having his mental breakdown. The sword hero and the bow hero saw exactly what happened, and they called her out in front of everybody. And that to me, like it was justified, But damn, was that scene not satisfying at all.
Because there was no comeuppance?
I still hate him so much. And it's just like, I guess it's kind of like that dramatic irony in a sense. It's like we get to see that particular side of Nafumi, while they don't get to see, him going through all of the stuff that he has with Raphtalia. They didn't get to see him, protecting the village. They still have this kind of skewed image. And can I just say that these fuckers, that's what they are so changeable. Like, it's irritating. It's like, next thing you know, they're going to see something that's going to, like, skew their mind about using silver like it's some, like, sin, and they're going to be like, ew, I stopped using silver a while ago. I hate it.
Well, that's where it's like, I'm just waiting for one of the bow hero or the sword hero to just go, hey guys, maybe we overreacted about that thing right away.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have gathered more evidence.
Oh, seriously.
just because, like, they're sitting there, it shows that they're perceptive at least, because like even after when Nafumi and Raphtalia are like reconciling, Mariasu is like, hey, no, like, she's a slave, and they're like, dude, just look at them, like, clearly they don't have a slave master relationship.
Yep.
And,
that was a cool scene too.
Yeah.
Like that was that particular scene, just where they're kind of recognizing that the relationship between Nafumi and Raphtalia is definitely not of just like slave and master. That is definitely justified, and I liked it. That was satisfying. And then, fast forward, we scoot back over to the, being berated again by the king, in the just worst fashion. They bring it up again. They say, hey, mind, you interfered in that battle. And the coy little shit that she is, it's like, no, I don't know magic at all. I blah, 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 blah. And they're like, shut up. Yeah. We saw you use magic. Nafumi saved all the people in the village. Give him his fucking gold.
Like, give him his fucking money and let us all leave. Like, as I've said it before, I think the spear hero and the bow hero are just tired of both the, like, I'm not spear hero, sword hero and bow hero are just done with the spear hero, shield hero drama. Yeah. They're like, all right, we're fucking done. Like,
seriously, like, that's not why they're there.
Yeah, they're like, I'm not here to fucking deal with this asshole's ego and then this asshole's slavery. They're like, we're leaving.
Yeah.
And so, so then he starts actually gaining. This is, again, I love it because Nafumi's life is on the rise. The people from Loot Village have relatives in the capital. Yeah. Who they are having basically Nafumi like gain favor with. He's like, oh hey, like you saved my grandson. Oh, you saved some relatives I had. Here's this book on how to make better medicine. He's like, oh
yeah,
cool.
This is the herbalist. Yeah.
And then he goes, also this enchantress wants to see you, and so he talks to her, and she goes, oh well, you have an affinity for support magic and healing magic, and she has an affinity for dark magic, like illusion magic. Here's a magic book. And he goes, oh my god, while I'm happy, I'm mad.
Yeah.
She goes, I wish I could give you a crystal ball, though. And he's like, crystal ball? And he goes, yeah, because it would teach you the spell instantly. And he goes, what? And she goes, do you not know that? And he goes, no. She goes, I heard that all the heroes got them. He's like, fuckers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My favorite part about this scene, too, is that he opens up both of the books, and he's like, I can't read this.
Yeah. He's like, I can't read. So him and Raphtalia decide that they're going to learn how to read because the magic woman also tells them that they can learn any spell in the book. Like the crystal ball will only teach you the one spell, but
within the crystal ball.
Yeah, within the crystal ball. But the tome, if you can read it, you can learn any spell in that book. And so I was like, that's neat. It's again, I see, like, DJ was right. I thought I wanted Nafumi to be higher level than them right away. But DJ's right. I think they're going to play with him being lower leveled, but more equipped for battle.
Yeah.
He's going to be, like, he's going to have healing down. He's going to have different magics ready.
Yeah.
And so I think when he finally does catch them in level or surpasses them in level, he's just going to be ridiculous.
Oh yeah. I agree.
So they then go into Loot Village where they decide to stay there. And the egg hatches into a little, like, chicken thing.
A cute little chicken.
Cute little chicken thing, which lasts a whole of 2 days, because that turns into a giant fucking, like, velociraptor chicken.
Yeah.
And that shit scares me. Alright, that's too fucking big. That's too fucking big of a bird.
The coolest part about this, too, is I was curious how they were going to integrate this little bird into Nafumi's party as well. And at one point in time, we see his HUD, and she's already at level 13. Or level 12 or something like that. I can't remember what Rough Talia's at. I think she's at, like... She's got to be higher than Nafumi, and Nafumi was, like, a level 27, right?
I think she's, like, 32. Or
32. So, I mean, cool to kind of see, like, where they're at. And I thought that they integrated her fairly well. You know, the coolest part about that, too, is that they go to Loot Village shortly thereafter.
No, I mean, they're in Loot Village when they're doing it.
Oh, that's when it's happening. Yep.
And, with the with how big this freaking creature's grown, Nafumi even has a throwaway line there where he goes, "Oh, this must be because of my growth skill." And again, we haven't found he just says it. It's not like it's not like he had a growth skill and he went, "Oh my god, growth skill! I wonder what this does." And then he spends 3 episodes finding out what the growth skill does. Right. He just goes, "Oh, my party members get more XP because of my growth skill," and I'm like, "There we go. That's cool. Thank you."
I want to say that it was pointed out when Raphtalia finally grew a level ahead of Nafumi.
Yeah.
I want to say it was a couple episodes ago, but I admittedly, I missed that shit. Dumb right here, didn't get it. So I thought that was cool. But again, this show does not hold your hand, and I like it. I like it a lot.
Exactly. Because it's just, there's stuff that just happens, and we don't have to sit there and be like, okay, and now here's 80 reasons why this thing happens. And it's like, oh, damn it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and it's like you mentioned before, too, that causes you to become more invested. You know, it's that show versus tell type of art form that they're showing us. They're literally putting it on the screen without kind of holding our hand through the whole thing. So
yeah, it's great. Damn it, dude. I want to not hate Mariasu because I think he's just dumb. People are labeling him as evil, but I think he's dumb and being manipulated.
Yep. Yeah. Easily manipulated. I would say that, he's got that, again, all 3 heroes have a very changeable mentality, and it's very easily manipulated, and especially in the hands of master manipulator, Mine. I hate her.
Yeah. Oh, we also got a glimpse at who I think is Mine's mom.
Right. I was going to talk about this. So she the only reason why I would ever think these characters are related is how she words that last line. And it might have been like a translation thing, but like that very last line that she's on the screen, she goes, "So that's what this king has been doing," or "That's what my king has been doing," or something along those lines. So like that leads me to believe that she's a queen somewhere. Maybe this queen's, maybe that's Mine's mom. Calling it now, I don't think that that's what she is.
You don't think that's what she is? I think it is. I do want to point out though, the spy wearing like the masquerade mask that we saw in the first episode, I chalked that up to being the slave master spy.
Ooh.
I went, that's the slave master spy. That's how he knows that he's like this. Nope, it is the queen's spy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So Mine and Mariasu show up, and they are declared. Well, Mariasu's declared the lord of the province that Loot Village resides in, and everyone's like, "Fuck no." And he goes, "Well, to help you guys rebuild, we're going to charge a tax. It's going to cost 50 silver to enter and 50 silver to leave." And everyone's like, "What?" And he's like, "Why is everyone freaking out?" And then that's where Nafumi, who has spent quite a bit of time in Loot Village, goes, "It costs 1 silver to stay a night."
The inn.
It's like you are making people waste multiple days of money Like, it's one night and like 3 meals for 1 silver.
Oh yeah.
And so it's like you're making people waste 50 silver on just to stay and leave town. You're giving people 100 days and 300 meals worth, and they are just livid with him. They even say like the shield hero should be the Lord because he's the one who saved the village. And I absolutely agreed. I kind of was hoping that would happen. Before Mine and Mariasu can really respond, those spies show up.
Ninjas.
Yeah, those ninjas show up and they hand Mine something, and then she has Mariasu challenge Nifumi to a dragon race, and basically for the rights of the town, right?
Essentially, yeah, for lordship of the
town.
Yeah,
and Nifumi uses Philo, his new chicken. And Philo's fired up. She's like, I'm fucking ready for this. Like, I've been waiting my whole life for this fucking race. And Mariasu's like taunting her.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, it's like, it's not even a dragon, it's a bird. And then Philo kicks him in the balls, and it's great.
Yeah, I liked that. Showing off that little form of comedy. You know, something that our buddy Kobe over at the Nerd Blades likes to point out. The comedy is endearing. It is something that can get you invested equally just as much as action and, you know, kind of adventure. And I could not agree more, specifically about this particular scene. You know, it's just like, I loved this, you know. She was only 3-4 days old, maybe, you know, and already ball kicking.
Yep, she's already kicking him in the balls, and it's great.
She's like a hell of a chicken.
And so the race happens, and surprise to no one, Mine and her knights are cheating.
Yeah, her bullshit.
Yeah, are cheating, and Mifumi and Philo don't care. They win. They win the race. Yeah. And Mine's like, you cheated. You used your shield to jump over a hole.
Yeah. And
then those spies show up again. They go, hey, we checked the course. There is traces of magic, but Nifumi is healing and protection, and she is like she is Shadow, so neither of them fit that description. And they go, she's like, fine, I'll get you next time. Like, and then just like hisses and returns to her cave.
Yeah, seriously, that's essentially like what that particular scene was.
God,
I wouldn't call that. Yeah, oh, seriously, I wouldn't call. It's just like where maybe because she's the fucking princess, like there's no repercussion for her actions, but it's like that to me doesn't add up. I'm just like, okay, well, wait a minute, you do something bad in this world, and if you're a princess, you just walk away, you know, and like I just ugh.
Yeah,
that's how I feel. Ugh,
pisses me off.
Off. Oh, seriously, you know, and creating, man, really creating those protagonists. Yeah, you did it. No. You did it for me. You did it. I'd like to see her maimed.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see her just done.
Yeah.
The reward that Nifumi receives. Also, Philo changes into a fatter chicken. The reward Nifumi receives is a wagon because he doesn't really want anything, and so he's like, so he takes a busted old wagon.
And a charm too, or some. It's like I wanted to say this. Like they work on like some key. Is it a key?
I think it's a license.
Oh!
I think it's a merchant license.
Yeah, that makes so much more sense.
And one of my favorite comments on this episode on the Reddit thread was so this is so forget Spice and Wolf. This is Herb and Raccoon or Herb. And I'm like, true.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah,
and because they're going to become merchants, I guess. And Philo is really happy because she's like wearing a vest. Yeah. And Nifumi so they decide to rest for the night. Nifumi tucks in Raphtalia, and then we get another dad Nifumi moment where he goes, "Oh, like your face is red. Are you sick?" Like he's like, ugh. She's like, no, and he goes, "Okay, well, I'm gonna sleep over here." And then Philo puts her head on his like lap, and he falls asleep.
Yeah.
And then they wake up, and there's this naked girl on Nifumi, and he's like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And like, and he just like freaked out. And she gets up and she's like, "Well, I'm hungry, master." And they're like, "Master?" Yeah. It's clearly Philo.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is she? Like,
seriously.
Is she? Huh? Like what?
I said, oh, seriously, like they show like a transition scene in the opening of like some blonde girl turning into a big fat chicken, and I didn't think that was her, but
like again, I thought it was just a bad transition. I thought it was big fat chicken and then blonde girl, not the same character.
Jury's still out.
Yeah.
Jury's still out. You know, I didn't know I was watching freaking Monster Musume. All right.
One of my favorite jokes too with this scene too is Nafumi goes, "Who are you?" And she's like, "I'm hungry, master." And he goes, "Hi, hungry. I'm Nafumi." And he goes, "What's happening to me?" It's because he's slowly just becoming a dad to all these all these animal girls.
Freaking monster girls. Gosh.
So those are episodes 4 and 5 of Rise of the Shield Hero. And like as we said earlier, this show just keeps going. Like,
yeah.
For me, episode 5 was close to being filler, but it still had plot points. Like, yeah, the dragon race was cute, but then we actually get plot with her with Philo turning into something that she clearly has to be something else. And they get a wagon, and I'm sure that will play into more. I'm just really the thing is with this show, with a lot of shows, you can see where they're going.
Yeah.
And with this show, and with that time I got reincarnated as a slime, I just don't know what's going to happen next episode, and so that's why I just really love it. It's like I'll sit there and I just want to enjoy this ride, and I am having a fantastic time.
Me too. It's extremely enjoyable. I'm gonna say it. I say it every single time. If you are not watching this with us, stop what you're doing right now and go watch it. Because
I don't care where you are.
It's fine. Like, this is one of those shows that, like, I won't get mad at you for not watching with us, but I'm definitely gonna look down my nose, man.
Like, how dare you?
How dare you? How dare you? Get on the weekly release. It's so worth it.
And I'm like, it's 2 core, so we get 25 episodes of this. This takes us into the spring season. I'm excited.
Oh, me too. Like, and having back-to-back 25, like, 2 shows that have some solid episodes. Granted, Slime is having some pacing issues right now. I will say.
Stumbled to a halt.
I will say that, yes, Slime is definitely having some pacing issues right now that have definitely left me a little, it's left me wanting more. That's what I'm afraid of right now. These first 5 episodes of Shield Hero were so stacked, and definitely episode 5 was a little bit slower, but to that point, like, I really hope they don't drop the ball. That's what I'm hoping.
I think episode 5 is kind of a transitional episode, because if you look at the first 4 episodes separately, it kind of wraps up this arc of, like, super edgy, no one can get close to me Nafumi. And then he kind of starts to warm up. And I think that this arc is going to possibly introduce... I can't, like, as much as I would love it for it to be this way, just because every hero has more than one person in their party.
Right.
I think we're transitioning to a, like, Nafumi party, like, building phase, where we'll see, like, Philo first, and then maybe we'll pick up a couple more like, party members, and then we'll hit another wave. Yeah. The only thing that makes me think that we won't see more party members is that we don't see them in the opening, and that opening is spoiling a lot.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I'd say that we're probably going to end up getting, like, this is all speculation, too. Like, I would say that we're probably going to get, like, two more. That's, like, a solid party, like, to me. But I don't know. We'll see. If his party continues like the way that it is, then Philo's going to be another support character, and then we'll probably get another hard-hitting character that's on his team, and maybe another support. He needs a
DPS. He needs a range DPS.
Yeah,
and he needs a brawler of some sort. So
Which I'm down to see. Like I want to see how the show progresses, and I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but damn, am I invested.
yep, I'm like I said, physically angry that I have to wait a week to watch a show. And like I went there and went, are you kidding me? Is this? I'm hungry, Master. I'm like, all right, it's over. How dare you? How dare you? Rise of the Shield Hero.
Too funny.
All right. Thank you so much for listening to our seasonal podcast. We released one every 2 weeks. Next week, we're going to be talking about episodes 6 and 7. I forgot how to count. Anthony, how about you tell them where they can find us?
Yeah, you can find us on our Twitters, little tweet boxes down in the description below. Please hit that subscribe button and the like button. That way you never miss a podcast. And or if you haven't noticed, we've been releasing a couple more videos. Jake, you want to talk about those?
Oh, yeah. Alongside our bi-weekly releases of Rise of the Shield Hero, we are also releasing a weekly review and discussion of Rooster Teeth's new series, Genlock. So feel free to stop by and listen to those and leave some comments. I'm trying to do better at responding to those, so let's have some discussions, guys. And gals.
I would love that. Would love that. Yeah, guys and gals, anime watchers across the nation.
All right, thank you again.
Thanks. Bye-bye.